for audio purposes and intentions, the video doesn't quite pick up sound like how I would hear it, or if, you know, things have got to be mixed and then, you know, encode, decoded, etc, blah 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 blah. Anyway, buses, they have overhead sound up there just for a PA announcement to what road you're coming up to next or whatever. But everything else on the bus, the mechanical vibration, the engine that's at the rear of the bus, how it sounds, how it's designed, how each bus is designed acoustically for it to be a little bit kind of maybe comfortable, but not like as comfortable as a coach, because a coach is a longer time duration in travel, therefore it's got to be a little bit more comfortable and acoustically less noisy dB frequency. But the travel on a bus still, it totally beats any film soundtrack off the map, because there's just not enough channels, there's not enough there to mix or encode and decode with. And how many LFE channels do you need? How long is the piece of string? You know, the boom, the bus stops, and the way the engine stops there with the reverberation kind of going through the floor surface and then starting back up again. And of course, if I'm leaning against here, I feel mechanical vibration against my body because I'm coupled with the vibration. I'm coupled with the seat. I put my hand on the seat, I feel vibration there. I feel vibration if my feet are on the floor, and then I feel additional mechanical vibration. This is the whole point about how Dolby Atmos is totally technically flawed. In 14 years it is not even, or Dolby Labs and engineers are not even bothered to progress the format into a stage level 2, 3, whatever. Oh, they changed their cinema processors now from 850 to 950. The 850 is discontinued now, so they go over to the 950. But no difference in the codec. There's like no discrete below surround, no multi LFE channels, LFE 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and so on. You've got to look at how all this nonsense in mixing and all this unbelievable blabber about immersive audio, they haven't got a clue. At the end of the day, you may as well not go to the cinema, just get an all-day bus ticket and ride all the buses around the town, because then you think, wow, that's brilliant. You couldn't get that at a cinema, especially at the value. I mean, an all-day bus ticket, £5, something like £5. A cinema ticket is going to be a lot more, and you get less. Their speaker or their Dolby Labs in decoders and the JBL speakers that are usually employed in the cinemas, it's all dressed up, but it's got no sound place where to go with it. It's always the same dull, same sort of thing. It hasn't really much changed since Fantasound 1941, so yeah, just a little change in magnetic soundtrack being introduced, and then gradually it goes into digital sound, and that's only evolved in a tiny little way. And I would have expected something a little bit bigger in sound terms than Sony's SDDS in the 1990s. Anyway, that's my report on how I notice. I know what to look for, what to feel for, or I know what to look for, I know what to watch, look for, such, and know what to feel for. And yet, you know, the vibrations and everything, you know, bass shakers. Well, when a bass shaker's fitted to a seat, it's a bit of a gimmick. It's a kind of a giveaway. It's like, someone says, is there something in this seat? Because with reality, does anyone on a bus say, is there something fitted in this seat while I'm feeling this? No, all the vibration is with the seats all coupled to the surface. That was a fire ambulance going by there, paramedics. And then the engine at the rear of the bus, and then it's all connected to a framework on the bus, and it just sends mechanical resonant frequency through the bus. You get an acoustical sound and you get a mechanical sound, two things, and it seems all natural. With sub bass in a home, an LFE typical mono effects speaker thing, it's rather dull, it's rather lame, it's boring. You got standing wave issues where bass is bigger at the front with some sine wave frequency, then you go to the next sine wave and it seems like it's moved or it's gone into a total dip. You get out your seat, you walk around the room, there it is. You know, sometimes people should not kind of move the speakers around, maybe move the seating around until it's in the kind of the shape that you would see on a sine wave generator or an oscilloscope, and you see the curve, and so you see the peak up there and then you see the dip. Well, that's where it's going to be less bass energy. And then there's all this favour about, some people like more bass and some don't like, and some would prefer less. In the real world, it's not like that. It's unpredictable in the real world. I hate the term, I hate the word, it is what it is. I really do hate that. But, you know, how it is presented in the real world, you can't really change it that much unless you tell engineers, could you change this? Yeah, we'll work on it, they'll say. I have to say, this is comfortable on this bus, unlike some of the other buses I've been on before, where the yellow buses, where it reverberated so much it made my eye vision blur, because the resonant frequency was so poorly done because of the engine needed so much tuning. Oh look, there's that F1 movie being advertised on a bus shelter. Yeah, because it's going to be a rubbish movie in Dolby Atmos. It's predictable. There's my point. Movie about racing cars and all that, and it's not going to sound or feel anything like a racing car. It's just going to be like that Ford vs Ferrari movie. Another Atmos boring load of woke. Next stop, Highfield Road. Yeah, I feel a little bit okayish at the moment, so with the medication, I'll get back home in time, and then I'll take my evening medication and I'll settle down with my cats. Temperature's not too hot, so when it gets a little bit above 20 and over, and then my body with my heart rate thing now can't tolerate it anymore. Anyway, that's my video. That's the video.